Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome once again to our 2 cents. Today we are talking another gentleman that's getting started with his podcast. We wanted, I wanted to talk to him because I like knowing when people are getting started on things. And some people struggle more than others. As for me, I hear a lot of echo in the background. I hope this audio is not that bad today. I hope so. Anyways, I don't know where I'm hearing a lot of echo. That's going to be an issue. It's not going to be. Here we go. So, again, today we're talking to a gentleman from the Love Journal. He sent me an invitation, but I don't know how to set it up. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna send him an invitation. Hopefully it works out, and let me send him an invitation, and we'll wait for him to reply. I didn't think he was gonna reply. It's already almost the time that we agreed, and I sent him the message, and I didn't think he was gonna reply because it seemed like he was. But that's just me again getting in my head. I had this conversation with Rob last week. I explained to him that how I love getting in my head, and that shit it just cripples me. Um, but we'll wait for him. We'll give him a minute for him to enter to see if he wants to join mine or his schedule. Um, I thought I was the one who sent the invitation, but it doesn't matter as long as we get to talk to him. So the gentleman is from Nigeria. I want to say Nigeria. I don't want to be wrong about that. So let me pull this up right here. I think I want to say he said Nigeria. But all I'm saying is that this is the second time that we're gonna go international. Yes. Yeah. Did he tell me? Awesome. Nigeria. There you go. Exactly. See, I knew he was from out of the states. A lot of people. Look, this is the only way that anyone can get to talk to anybody about anything. It's the only way, and he has just joined the room. And I enjoy having this conversation with people, especially people that are outside the country. Um, Hopefully, the language is not a barrier, but my understanding is he does speak English because we've been emailing back and forth in English. So I want to learn from people that live a different lifestyle than I do. Let's admit. The Love Journal is joining us. We'll give him 1 minute. So if this is getting too boring for you because you're doing a lot of waiting, bear with me, or go on and skip ahead, or do what you must. But sit tight for now, and then we'll just hopefully we don't have any issues connecting with each other. And the Love Journal has connected. Here we go. I'm seeing you, but I don't hear you, and I just see you, and it's a still frame. Let me see. Let me see.
Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Having some issues setting up my camera, but I'm gonna do that shortly.
Yeah. No worries. Take your time. We're not in a rush. Take your time.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome, sure.
So you.
Integrated webcam.
Yeah. We. Okay. There you go. I can, now you're moving.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Nice to meet you, man. I was so nervous. I didn't even think this was gonna work because you sent me the invite, and I was like, wait, I don't know how to do it that way. So I'll send him the invite. Hopefully, it's not an issue for him. But here we are. Are you there? I think I lost you again. I lost you again.
Yeah,
There we go. There you go.
network here is very poor.
No worries. No, we'll work with it. We'll work with it. No worries.
All right,
All right. So go ahead.
awesome, brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead and
Not
let us know who you are. Introduce yourself. What you do. How'd you get started, and all that good stuff.
all right, awesome. So I go by the name Anasara Joseph, because my viewers will know that.
All right.
And I recently found myself going through some sort of spiritual awakening, or somewhere between 2019 and 2020. And then I had a whole lot of new insights, a whole lot of knowledge and wisdom, and a whole lot of things I felt I could share. Now, prior to that, I'm also a music artist.
Nice.
I make rap songs, I make videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So I was looking for ways to, improve my audience and stuff. So I felt, okay, I started reading up on books and articles, and I came across this article that was like, okay, you could incorporate a YouTube channel to your music and, keep putting out valuable information, and it's going to help grow your audience. And then I thought of that and thought of ways in which I could improve on that. And
Right.
then while in the process of thinking, like I said earlier, I went through some sort of spiritual awakening. And then while while going through that, I found myself always teaching people. I found myself always kind of mentoring people. I found myself always trying to put people on the right track, so to say. And then I felt, okay, fine, I could start a podcast with this. If I could go all day talking about all of this, love in particular and the spiritual laws, which in my little understanding I kind of found out about. So I said, okay, fine, I'm going to start this podcast, which was a very overwhelming process. I wanted to start with a video podcast, audio and video on YouTube and stuff. But then I was the only person. I did not have a team, so I would have to think of editing the audio. I'll have to think of shooting. I'll have to think of writing my script. I'll have to think of doing my audio engineering. And it was really tedious. Plus, I don't really have a fancy studio. I do everything from my bedroom. So I had to start thinking of getting new equipment and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do audio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
And then here you are,
yeah, and
right?
then I launched on the 29th, of last month, I think. So I'm
Yeah.
just
That's
1 month now. And just yesterday, that was Friday, I launched the sixth episode, which was
awesome.
titled The Stages of Love. So that's where I'm at now, brother.
Right, awesome. I'm glad to hear you got started with what you have. I'm kind of in the
Yeah.
same boat as you are. I started by myself in 2019, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then I brought my friend. I asked him to be with me, and he agreed to it because he wanted to hang out. So we worked together for about a month. I'm sorry, about a year or so,
Okay.
and when the year came by, he just wasn't into it no more. He was just showing up just to show up. I felt like it at least, and we're still friends. We're still friends. He's my buddy. Like we go to lunch together. We go do things together, but we just don't record no more because we came to an agreement that's like you're not into it, so let's not waste each other's time. You don't want to do this, and I do because I'm taking it serious. So it turned back again
Yeah.
into a one man show. So I'm doing the video, the audio, I'm doing everything by myself. The same thing out of my room, like just I spend
Wow.
I'm lucky that I have the ability to that I have an okay job. I don't like the job, but it's okay. It gets me by. I'm lucky. I'm fortunate enough. to be in that situation where
Yeah,
I was able to buy me
yeah, I feel you.
my laptop, my microphones, and do you know what a roadcaster is?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Okay,
I
well,
do.
I was able to get me
I mean
one of
the
those.
condenser microphones.
Yes, yes. So I was able to get me one of those. Oh, I was so excited. I was in love with this thing when I got it. It made me feel more official when I got it. So
Yeah, yeah. The thing with me was I actually owned most of those equipment. Like I said, I do music. So I
yeah.
actually had my Focusrite set, my condenser microphones, my headphones. I actually had my camera. I had most of this equipment. The problem was
Um,
now knowing how to use all of them to get an okay job done.
See, so you were a little bit ahead of me already because I have no clue about it, audio, video, or
Wow.
nothing. So everything I've learned
Wow.
in the last year and a half or so, everything I've learned it just me doing research, just reading stuff and going through stuff and like watching videos, seeing what other podcasters do and stuff like that. And my biggest issue is
Yeah.
I from listening to your first episode, I listened to the first episode and I was like, wow, he knows what he's doing. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing because you sounded like you were already sounding like you were talking to people already. And me, when I do
Yo,
episodes by
actually.
myself, yeah, when I'm doing episodes by myself, I just it's hard. It's hard, like to kind of talk to yourself, like pretend that you're talking to
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else. It's hard, but you seem to have no problem whatsoever. But I guess being in the music industry the way you have been so far, that helps a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that actually helped me. And like I said, I before I even thinking of going public with this, I always find myself talking to people. So it's kind of a concept I'm used to. I can always envision the audience right there in my head because most times when I talk, it's quite a sensitive subject, and most people don't react or they don't respond immediately. But after a long period of time, most people come back and say, "You remember the stuff you said that day? Well, I think I found it valuable and I've been applying it." And then that was when I knew that even when it seems like there's nobody in the room, even when it feels like nobody's listening, people are actually listening. So
Yeah.
then once I found that, I knew that, okay, why? Even if I'm talking to myself, a whole lot of people are listening to this, whether now or in future when I upload it. So I just kind of stick to that while doing my episodes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, see, that's a good mindset to get started with. I mean, because like I said, I was struggling. Like, I stumble my words. I get stuck. I stutter a lot. I'm like, but I know that the more I I know that the more I do it, the better I'll get. So for now,
Yeah,
for me, for
absolutely.
now, it's just a numbers game. I don't know if you've heard this. It was on a book that I've heard it from. I didn't actually read the book, but I've heard that it takes 10,000 hours to become a professional at anything. So for me right now, what I'm doing is just putting in my hours, just putting in my hours, just keeping my head down and keep working at
Oh,
this.
awesome.
Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, so I'd like to think from the knowledge that I have on audio, video, and all that, I'd like to think that I've been quite successful because the numbers keep going up. So I mean, as long as the numbers keep going up, I'm just gonna keep pumping them out, and yeah. So what about you?
Yeah,
How's your
absolutely.
YouTube channel doing so far with this? Like you said, you already have 6 episodes. Am I your first one, or you've been talking to people already?
Well, actually, you're my first episode. You're my first guest, and actually, yeah, yeah, it's worth celebrating.
Yes, awesome.
Before I actually launched, I kind of did this thing where I thought, okay, before I launch, I need to make everything perfect. So I kind of recorded up to about 7 episodes right
Oh
there on my
wow.
computer, and then I never found the time to edit the videos.
Oh,
They're
that's
still sitting there on my computer right now. I never found the time to edit it. And actually, I haven't bought a video editing laptop then. It was afterwards that I bought it. And then when I chose to launch, I was like, you know what? Screw all those videos. I'm just going to start afresh with audio. So in the previous episodes, I actually had an interview episode with one of my mentors, but it
okay.
never made it to the public, which it's actually a good thing because I would have just put out a whole lot of jargons.
Sometimes I think about the stuff that I've uploaded too. I'm like, is it a good thing that I said that? But most of the time, I just try to be dumb and funny, you know. But sometimes I succeed, but sometimes I fail. But that's the only way to get better, I guess. So what is?
Yo, actually, you know,
Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was an awkward silence. Hey, so what is life? What time is? So you're like 7 hours ahead of me, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I'm in California.
It's
You're
about 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Awesome. Yes. That's you already lived your whole day today. So I mean, I'm just getting started with mine. I got out of bed and I was like, "Wait, I got something to do today." No, I'm just kidding. I knew exactly what I had to do today. So I usually cuz
Yeah, yeah.
go ahead.
I know how that feels like.
What's your process when you have to record? Do you always beat yourself up that you don't want to do it, but you want to do it, or is it just me? Because I beat myself up. I'm always like, I gotta record at this hour. I'm gonna go do it at this hour. I gotta keep doing it. But then when the hour gets closer to it, I'm like,
Okay, well,
go ahead.
my network is breaking up again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why you couldn't hear. That's what. Is that okay? Anyway,
Yeah.
so no, I'm saying if you have the same problem that I have when it's time to record, do you beat yourself up saying? Do you tell yourself, "Oh, I don't want to do it today," but you push yourself to do it, or does that happen to you? Because it certainly happens to me
Y-
a lot.
yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. But something I do is this because so far, most of my episodes, up to episode 6, has been solo episodes. So there was this book I read, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Miracle. What was that again?
Miracle Morning.
Miracle more. No, I have not.
Miracle Morning. Yeah. Uh, All right.
Go
It's
ahead.
the whole book is based on the concept of a morning ritual.
Okay.
So basically, what it's about is me waking up as early as 4 a.m.
Okay.
and checking off things all of off of my to-do list at least until 8 a.m. So I kind of practiced that miracle morning ritual, and I found out that I could have a list of 10, 15 things, or maybe 5 things to do in a day. And before 8 a.m., before the world wakes up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm halfway into that list.
Yeah.
When the whole place is quiet, I'm more focused, I'm more concentrated. That's when I write. By the way, I'm writing a book. So that's when I write, that's when I record podcasts, that's when I do whatever important thing I have to do. So during the day, it's just me, just chilling and doing the minor things. Yeah, so like I said, most of my episodes are solo episodes. So when I wake up during my morning ritual, that's when I record. And then, I'm just fresh out of bed. I take my tea or my coffee or water, whatever it is that gets me energized. I do a little exercise and I'm actually ready to face whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So with
Yeah.
a very fresh mindset, with a very relaxed mind, sometimes right after I do my meditation,
Oh,
I just go straight into podcasting. I find out that it makes me more efficient. It gives me more clarity on what I want to do, and it
right.
makes the whole process easier.
Right. Definitely does. You say you get up at 4, so we kind of get up at the same time. I get up at 4:30, 4:34. Depends on where I got to go to work. But that's why I was saying that I have a job, a regular job, where I don't have the ability to wake up and relax and meditate and do what I got to
Yeah,
do. Unfortunately
I
for
feel you.
me, I have to get up, get ready for work, and go to work. Go to 8 to 12 hour day to work, and then come back home, and then I'll do what I got to do. That's harder. But the way you're doing it, just getting up and doing what you got to do, and then take care of the rest, that's great. I see. That's how I want to do it, and I'm up to the point right now where I want to switch jobs because so I can have the ability to put more time into what I'm trying to do. Because if I just keep wasting my time just putting all my effort into the job, nothing's gonna happen. This thing's just gonna sit in the water
Yeah,
like like I'm not doing anything. Like because I understand that you have to focus on it, but the meditating part that you do, I have tried that on days that I have the ability to do it, but my problem is I don't do it enough. When I close my eyes and I sit there, as soon as I would, so as soon as I wake up, I come to the living room, I sit on my couch, and I try to meditate, right? But my problem is I don't do it
yeah,
often, like I said. So I fall asleep because I just woke up and I'm so tired. I fell
Oh
asleep,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I understand that that's gonna go away with practice, and with a good mindset it'll work. Did that happen to you when the first couple of
Yeah,
times you
actually,
go ahead?
yeah, it happened. It happened. And what I later figured out was it doesn't just go away with time. You actually have to take the right approach towards
Okay.
doing it. The technique or the strategy I use, I actually picked it up from the Miracle Morning. When I wake up first thing in the morning, I would definitely fall back asleep. So there was something Hal Elrod said in that book. It's a way to make sure you do not fall back asleep. So when I wake up early morning, I drink water and then I go straight into brushing my teeth. The whole energy, it kind of shakes away the sleep out of your eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I have enough time, I go straight into the shower and then I
Mm,
take my bed. Right after that, I do some push-ups or whatever exercise. So at the moment, I'm fully awake. It could take 15, 20 minutes to do all of those, but it makes me fully awake and it makes me fully active. Now, in order not to sleep, while I started meditating, I tried to make it fun. I didn't just start with doing the silence meditation. I tried to incorporate it with some sort of visualizations or affirmations. So sometimes while trying to
mm,
meditate, I'm not just trying to leave my mind blank, but rather I'm telling my mind what I want it to listen to. I could keep
mm,
reaffirming some concept that I want to, let it stick to my subconscious. It's also a form of meditation. It keeps me awake, but
mm.
then my mind is busy.
Yeah.
It's kind of having control over the mind at that point in time. So once I got used to that concept, gradually I was now able to do the whole silence meditation thing. And right now, actually, I still do fall asleep. If
It-
I just wake up and I just jump right into meditation, of course I will fall asleep. So
right.
sometimes I need to put those measures in place
Right, right, right.
before
You
falling
have to.
asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. How long have you been meditating for, by the way?
I think for about a year,
Okay,
for about a
okay.
year now.
That's awesome. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah. So, it I guess it takes a long time, right, to not fall asleep doing trying to meditate that. And the hardest thing for me to do is shut this off. Like, just tell her, like, hey, shut up. Don't say nothing. Just keep quiet and just stay there and meditate. Because every time I try to meditate,
No, you
like,
see,
it's just my brain starts firing ideas, firing thoughts, firing things that I've done. It just everything comes to mind. Right now that we're talking, I'm focused on you. But if we were to stay quiet for a minute,
yeah.
my brain would start, oh, you have to do this today. Oh, you have to go there tomorrow. Oh, you did this yesterday. Oh, you did this so and so. It's hard to shut it up.
Yeah, it always happens. But there was something I soon realized with meditation. You see, the art of meditation is not to make your mind blank. What I do
Okay.
is I try to separate myself from my mind.
Huh.
My mind is still there, but then I try to be more of myself in such a way that when thoughts keep running through my mind, I am aware of it, but I don't attach myself to it. So it's something like right now I'm here meditating, and then right in the middle of meditation, it comes to a thought just comes through my mind that hey, you've got a meeting to attend to later today. What I do is I just observe the thought and I let it go. It's like a flowing water. If water is flowing out of the tap or out of the river, if you let it be, it just comes and it goes. But then if it comes and you choose to focus on it, it
Yeah.
stays. It comes and you choose to fetch it in a cup or in a bottle, you've trapped it
Yeah.
and then it goes nowhere. So it's the same thing with thoughts. They come and they go. So even the pros at meditations, even the gurus at meditations, they still have thoughts coming in and out of their mind while meditating. But the art of meditation is to just become an observer.
Okay.
So it's like you create two versions of yourself. The mind is there, it's a person on its own, and then your being, yourself, your spirit, or your I don't know how else to relate to it. But
I
then there's
get it.
this version of you, the self, which is formless. It just stays from the sideline and observe everything that is going on
So
without attaching itself to any one of them.
so let me see if I'm understanding you correctly. Is what I've been taught, the mind and body are one thing. It's necessarily not. It's two different things. Is what you're trying to express, or
Yeah, actually, the mind is and the body are two different things.
okay.
But then there's what we call the center.
Hmm.
The mind, the body, and the soul or the spirit. They are actually three different beings.
Hmm.
So when you find yourself in the center, it's a sweet spot. It's a sweet spot whereby you are in tune with all three of them. You see, when you're stuck in your mind, in most times you don't pay attention to your body or you don't pay attention to your spirit.
All right. Most of the
Yeah.
time, yeah.
When
Yeah, you
yeah,
listen to
when
one
you're
or the
stuck in
other.
your mind, you're just in your mind.
Uh huh.
You just listen to one at a time. Like right now, the conversation we're having, it's a mind, it's something going on in the mind. I first of all have to listen to you, make sense of what you're saying, and then respond to it.
Right. I hope I'm
If
making
for
sense.
whatever reason, yeah, for whatever reason, I feel thirsty right now while we're talking, there's a tendency that I may not pay attention to what my body needs because I'm so much engulfed in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to go pay attention to my body, I need to first of all, I need to be sensitive enough to listen that, yo, my body keeps telling me you need water, you need water. I need to first of all let you know that, hold on, I need to go pay attention to my body and then come back.
Mm, okay.
So
Yeah.
also it is with the spirit. The spirit has its own agenda, it has its own goals, and it has its own requirements, so to say. So when you find yourself in the center, that's the whole goal of meditation. It's a place whereby you are an observer. You observe what the mind, the body, and the spirit are doing,
Right.
but you do
Yes.
not attach yourself to any one of them.
Right.
You're just
That's
there
most.
observing. Oh, I see you. You're thinking some careless thoughts. Well, by the way, this thought, it's not even relevant. So I just let it go.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
this thought is relevant. You might choose to stick on it and then your mind start racing. Oh, after my meditation, I'm going to attend to this thought. At that moment, you're paying attention to your mind. You
Mm.
might just listen to it and let it go.
Yeah. So you described
You
the.
understand that concept now?
Yes, I understand it. Yes, perfectly. You described your
Yes, sir.
thoughts as a river, right? You just got to let them flow. My
Yeah, you just got to
brain.
let them flow.
Yes, my brain's got a lot of beavers in there. They make a lot of dams. And that's my problem when it comes to meditating. But everything you're saying is making perfect sense cuz letting those thoughts just go when you're trying to focus on your meditation, it's it's I think it's what makes the experience, right? Are you there? I think you technical difficulties again. Let me see where he go. I lost you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna give you a minute. See what's up there again. Anyway, so yeah, that was interesting. It's interesting how the mind and body are one thing that he's saying, and yeah, we had some technical difficulties. Always having such a great conversation. Um, but the gentleman, he's a really interesting fellow. I'm enjoying this conversation. I wish I hadn't broke off with him right now. But I am gonna share this either way because, like I said, I was enjoying the conversation. He's got great points of how to view the mind. The mind is it's a thing that we all take for granted. We don't even think about using it. We barely even use our mind. We barely even use our conscience. Um, Now the life that they live in different countries compared to the life that I should just well I live in this country is completely different. So for him to be able to view life the way he views it is amazing because you get to learn people that don't live the lifestyle the I live in this country. It's different compared to their lifestyle. I'm gonna send him an email telling him we had technical difficulties. Uh, 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 um. We'll see. send in an email, and then we'll keep going with this. We'll give him some extra time and see if he'll reply to us. And because it was so fun, how is it that some people are able to shut their brain off more than others? It's it's hard to shut your brain off because that's what I was trying to tell him that because he's explaining the your thought process as a he's explaining your thoughts as a river. Just let them flow. But I was trying to explain before we were really interrupted by our connections. I was trying to explain to him that I enjoy. I don't enjoy that. I was trying to explain to him that my brain has a lot of beavers because it's it's crazy how some people are able to completely shut off that part of their thought process. That's how I'm gonna describe it as a thought process because a thought process is a thought process. Anyways, I don't think we're gonna get him back. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this episode. I don't think I'm gonna keep it going, but bum, 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 bum. It would have been cool to finish the conversation. Anyways, we'll give him another minute, another 10 minutes. See, I wanted to ask what is life like for him over there. I wanted to see what is a normal day like let's say a Monday. I wanted to ask him what's a Monday like for you, like for the average Joe in Nigeria. I wonder what it's like the beginning of the day because that's what I was telling him. Like his day sounds like it starts perfect. That's the kind of days that I want to have. I want to be able to wake up, meditate, and take care of my schedule bright and early, and then the rest of the time do what I got to do. That's the kind of schedule I'm looking for, and that's why I was saying that I've been thinking about changing careers because I know I know that the career the job that I have right now, I know that it limits me a lot. Unfortunately, what I do gets me really tired at the end of the day, and I just don't want to do nothing. And I know I had said in the past that I was gonna be posting a solo episode every Friday, and I don't know if that's gonna happen anymore because I don't know what the hell happened. Anyways, because it's no, I know it's gonna happen. That's not what I'm. Damn, what the hell are you doing? Whoa, I had something stuck on my leg. That's not. Ow, that hurt. Um, I know I had said that every Friday I would upload an episode, and that didn't happen this Friday. I failed this Friday. I'm a failure this week because I did not complete my goal. 3 episodes per week was the goal, and it did not get completed this week. What we're not going to do is sit here and dwell on it and think about what we could have done, what we didn't do, and all that good jazz. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my shit and keep going from where I was right here. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this conversation is not going to happen. I'll probably add this conversation to another episode I do. Um, but you know what? It was fun getting to talk to him. I enjoyed my time. I appreciate him. Thank you very much for giving me the time and the day to talk to you, brother. I appreciate it. It was so much fun getting to meet somebody from a different part of this globe, of this flat plane of this globe. Somebody that lives on the other side of the planet, and it's exciting. And I want to keep talking to different people from different parts of the world, and I hope that people from different parts of the world want to talk to me. Even though my points are dumb, even though my comments are dumb, I want to know about their lives. Anyways, thank you very much for listening to you all. I appreciate it. And let me see if I can actually close this right this time, because I'm telling you, I've had so many failures trying to close this, and every time I try to close it, it just doesn't work. So let me try it again. And that's the wrong one. See what I mean? I almost failed again. I almost failed again. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, it's sad. I'm sad. I'm sad I lost the conversation with him. But like I said, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Anyways, I want to thank him very much for giving me part of his day to chat it up with me. And yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate it. You were nothing but really awesome to me. I appreciate it. And like I said, you're the real one, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you're doing great already. You already know exactly what to do with this, because, like I said, I heard your episode that one time and it was awesome. That first time you uploaded, but yes. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening. This is our 2 cents. On to the next one. Deuces.